Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach his truth with all honesty and sincerity. Salutating to you, brothers around the four corners of the earth that push this truth with all honesty and sincerity. With great diligence, wake up the hopeful elect of Israel. Double shalom to you, Akim, that come looking like the heathen, but you are in fact of the stock of Israel, and you hold near and dear this truth and follow the laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your abilities, wherever you may be scattered. And shalom to the few sincere Akwatim that listen and learn in silence, playing your creation role as the Lord commanded you to, which is in all subjection and silence, reverencing your husbands, being his pillar of rest. Came across this video of guy basically saying that the Lord needs men to agree to his will to for things to come to fruition, and that's just not true, man. The Lord turns men's hearts the way he wants them to go. No one can resist the will of the Heavenly Father. No one. I'm gonna play a little bit of this and grab precepts, and Lord willing, you be edified.
Right? Where was God during slavery when all of these horrible atrocities were taking place? Right? Sometimes we think that God is just going to crack the sky and make the bad things stop. Right? But when we get to know who He is, we understand that He doesn't function like that. Alright, God has given the earth to man for man to have dominion. In the spirit realm, the spirits need men to function. Okay? Let's go back. The children of Israel were brought out of slavery of Egypt because a man, Moses, was willing to align his will with the will of God. Right? So where was God on the transatlantic slave trade? God was looking for men to partner with him to affect his will in the earth. God was looking for a man, in what the case of her, he told a woman, mankind, to partner with him to bring the people out. Yeah, right. Where was God doing slavery?
What was God doing? What was Yahweh during slavery? And the question is, on this throne. He was on this throne, man, overseeing everything, having everything happen according to his will. You see? You go to the book of Isaiah, chapter 55, and this is Isaiah chapter 55, and I'll start at verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord. For as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my ways higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts. For as the rain cometh down, and the snow from heaven, and returneth not thither, but watereth the earth, and make it bring forth in bud, that it may give seed to the sower and bread to the eater, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. You see, so that's what the Lord is doing, man. Sitting up on the throne and directing this movie that we call life, as we play our parts and our lots in um his movie, man. This is all ordained. The things that we see happening is all ordained by the Heavenly Father. See, he says some more shit.
right?
Right?
We was God
during
during
slavery
slavery when all of these horrible atrocities were taking place. Right?
Right?
Sometimes we think that God is just going to crack the sky and make the bad things stop. Right?
But
when we get to know who He is, we understand that He doesn't function like that.
All right,
God has given the earth to man for man to have dominion. Spirit
in the
in the
spirit
spirit realm.
Yeah, the Lord has given the earth unto the wicked, which is Esau Edom. This is Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? You see, Esau Edom covered the Lord's face up and committed iconoclasm, um, or AKA whitewashing of the prophets of the Lord of Yahweh, man. He turned all those images into Edomites when they are Israelites, man. A dark skinned melanated people. You see? And he set them up to afflict us when we commit iniquity and disobedience as a whole nation, man. Esau is the wicked. He's set up to take peace from the earth and to afflict Israel and the other nations, man. Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5. Um, this is Isaiah chapter 5 and verse 11. Woe unto them that rise up early in the morning, that they may follow strong drink, that continue until night, till wine inflame them. And the harp and the viol and the tabret and pipe and wine are in their feasts, but they regard not the work of the Lord, neither consider the operation of his hands. Verse 13, therefore my people are gone into captivity because they have no knowledge, and their honorable men are famished, and their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore hell hath enlarged herself and opened her mouth without measure, and their glory and their multitude and their pomp, and he that rejoiceth shall descend into it. And the mean man shall be brought down, and the mighty man shall be humbled, and the eyes of the lofty shall be humbled. But the Lord of hosts shall be exalted in judgment, and Yahweh that is holy shall be sanctified in righteousness. So the Lord put his people into captivity because of their disobedience, man. They forgot the works of the Lord. Let me go to the book of Ezekiel, chapter 39. And I'll start at verse 21. And I will set my glory among the heathen, and all the heathen shall see my judgment that I have executed, and my hand that I have laid upon them, so the house of Israel shall know that I am the Lord their power from that day and forward. And the heathen shall know that the house of Israel went into captivity for their iniquity, because they trespassed against me. Therefore hid I my face from them, and gave them into the hand of their enemy. So fell they all by the sword. According to their uncleanness and according to their transgressions have I done unto them, and hid my face from them. Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, now will I bring again the captivity of Jacob, and have mercy upon the whole house of Israel, and will be jealous for my holy name. After they have borne their shame and all their trespasses whereby they have trespassed against me, when they dealt safely in their land, and none made them afraid. You see? So it was the Lord, man. He done this to the nation of Israel because of their transgressions, man. Let me get the book of Baruch, start of another precept. Um, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4, and I'll start at verse 5. Be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Ye were sold to the nations not for your destruction, but because ye moved Yahweh to wrath. Ye were delivered unto the enemies. For ye provoked him that made you by sacrificing unto devils and not to Yahweh. Ye have forgotten the everlasting power that brought you up, and ye have grieved Jerusalem that nursed you. See, our homeland is Jerusalem, man. The Lord removed us from that land because of the iniquity that we were accumulating as a nation. You know, the northern and southern kingdom. Uh, um, play a little more.
Spirit realm, the spirits need men to function. Okay, let's go back. The children of Israel were brought out of slavery of Egypt because a man, Moses, was willing to align his will with the will of God.
Psych. The children of Israel were delivered out of Egypt because the Lord was showing favoritism to Israel over the other nations. Israel was his chosen. He chose them to be a special people. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7 and 6. Matter of fact, 7 and 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. The Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people. But because the Lord loved you, and because he would keep the oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, had the Lord brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. And you see? So the Lord it was keeping his promise that he made with Abraham. And he led them out, showing that the Lord loved Israel, the Israelites, over any other nation of people. You see, and when they left, they left and spoiled Egypt. Man, they took out everything. You know, their valuables. And he was saying that the Lord needs men to align their will up with the Heavenly Father's will. And no, man, that's not true at all. So like you go to the book of Acts, chapter 17, and we'll start at verse 16. Now, while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry. Therefore disputed he in the synagogue with the Jews and with the devout persons, and in the market daily with them that met with him. Then certain philosophers of the Epicureans and of the Stoics encountered him, and some said, What will this babbler say? Others some, He seemed to be a setter forth of strange gods, because he preached unto them Yahushua and the resurrection. And they took him and brought him unto Areopagus, saying, May we know what this new doctrine whereof thou speakest is? For thou bringest certain strange things to our ears. We would know therefore what these things mean. For all the Athenians and strangers which were there spent their time in nothing else but either to tell or to hear some new thing. Then Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious. For I passed by and beheld your devotions. I found an altar with this inscription, To the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship, him I declare unto you. Yahweh that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands, neither is worship with men's hands as though he needed anything, seeing he giveth to all life and breath and all things, and hath made of one blood all nations of men for to dwell on all the face of the earth, and hath determined the times before appointed, and the bounds of their habitations. They should seek the Lord, if haply they might feel after him and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. For in him we live and move and have our being, as certain also of your own poets have said, for we are also his offspring. But, the Lord doesn't need anything. The Lord doesn't need anything. The Lord created everything. What does he need? What do he need with materials or with man? He don't need us. Let's go to the book of Luke. Chapter 19 and I'll start at verse 35. And they brought him to Yahushua, and they cast their garments upon the coat, and they set Yahushua thereon. And as he went, they spread their clothes in the way. And when he was come nigh, even now at the descent of the Mount of Olives, the whole multitude of disciples began to rejoice and praise Yahweh with a loud voice for all the mighty works that they had seen, saying, Blessed be the King that cometh in the name of the Lord, peace in heaven and glory in the highest. And some of the Pharisees among the multitude said unto him, Master, rebuke thy disciples. And he answered and said unto them, I tell you that if these should hold their peace, the stones would immediately cry out. And when he was come near, he beheld the city and wept over it. But the stones, the Lord can raise up stones to worship him. The Lord can have these animals speak. The Lord can do whatever he wants, man. He doesn't need man. But this is his movie, and he wants man to carry out his will, whether it be for bad things or good things. Let's go to the book of Amos, chapter 3, and verse 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it? Surely the Lord Yahweh will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets. You see? The Lord sit on his throne, man, and he sends the spirit of wisdom and understanding to his prophets. And they reveal the prophecies to the people. The warning before the storm, before the calamity, in the cool of the day, before that destruction comes.
To align his will with the will of God, right? So where was God during the transatlantic slave trade? God was looking for men to partner with him to affect his will in the earth. God was looking for a man.
And we just read that They went into captivity because of their disobedience, not because God was looking for a man or a woman to come and deliver them out. He already had Yahweh Shai set up to be the deliverer. It just was not that time. It was not that time for them to be delivered. It was, matter of fact, let's go to the book of John, chapter 15. And verse 15. I start at 14. Ye are my friends if ye do whatsoever I command you. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. You see, the Lord ain't looking for somebody I want to align myself with your will and I want to agree to do whatever you say. The Lord gonna make you do what he wants you to do. The story of Jonah is a prime example. Look at the prophets of today. A lot of them had other plans for their life. A lot of them had other ideas on what to be doing. But the Lord called them into this thing, into this truth. So it is in daily life. You wake up or you go to bed with an idea of what you're gonna do the next day, and that's not the plan. That's not what the Lord wants to happen for you that day. Everything the Lord seals a man's instructions. Let's go back to Job, I believe. This is the book of Job, chapter 33 and 14. For Yahweh speaketh once, yea, twice, yet man perceiveth not. In a dream, in a vision of the night, when deep sleep falleth upon men, and slumberings upon the bed. Then he openeth the ears of men, and sealeth their instructions, that he may withdraw man from his purpose, and hide pride from man. And he keepeth back his soul from the pit, and his life from perishing by the sword. So it's the Lord who put a man's instructions in his mind for the next day. It's the Lord who controls all these things we see, man, happening in the earth. Um, Let me go to book of Second Ezra 4 and 33. I'll start. I'll start at verse 31. Ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, how great a floor shall they fill? Then I answered and said, how and when shall these things come to pass? Wherefore are our years few and evil? And this is Ezra's talking to the angel. He's talking to Uriel. Verse 34, and he answered me and saying, do not thou hasten above the most highest, for thy haste is in vain to be above him, for thou hast much exceeded. Did not the souls also of the righteous ask questions of these things in their chamber, saying, how long shall I hope for this fashion? When cometh the fruit of the floor of our reward, like the kingdom of heaven? And unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer, and said, even when the number of seas is filled in you, for he hath weighed the world in the balance. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. So everything is weighed in a balance. A certain amount of wickedness has to happen with the Israelites, with the other nations. Everything has to be at the balance that the Lord said before the judgment comes, man. So it wasn't him looking for somebody who wants to be the deliverer of Israel. No, man, all these things happen because the Lord ordained them from the beginning.
His will in the earth. God was looking for a man, and with the case of Harriet Tubman, a woman, but mankind, to partner with him to bring the people out. Right? When was God?
Hey, man, the Lord is not sending no motherfucking warrior woman to deliver Israel, man. That look at every act that was thought of to deliver the Israelites out of captivity. Look at every movement. Nothing happened. Nothing succeeded. Nothing prospered because it was not the said time. The Lord is going to be the one to deliver us because he's the one who put us in the captivity because of our iniquity. And he's going to be the one who redeems us. Hope this has been an edifying lesson. I'm going to say Kwam Yasharala, Shalom, and the Bible Ball.